Welcome to Zombie Apocalypse Diaries. Today's Thursday, 28 July 2016. I'm going to talk about white man's world. This is not going to be pleasant to most of you watching this, if you're white especially. The rest of you, all other races, you're going to fucking enjoy this. So I've figured out the whole racism thing, what it's all about. It's really not actually about racism. It's just that a long time ago, white people didn't have anything going for themselves except their monarchies and their money and their markets and stuff. And they weren't very good at science. They weren't very good at, well, much of anything. I mean, the Dark Ages, you know. So, what are they good at? You know, let's examine what they're good at. What have white people always been good at? It hasn't been science. I mean, they're better than some. I mean, there's a lot of innovation in the United States, for example, but back in the day, the innovation was done by Muslims, actually. Back in the Dark Ages, way back then, yeah, it was Muslims, that was the Chinese, that was the Japanese. It wasn't the Europeans, it wasn't the whites. You know, so what were white men good at? They were good at conquering. You know, what is America? America is the United States of America, excuse me, well, all of America. What is America? America's a conquered land. You know, okay, yeah, there were more than whites. There were the Spanish and the Portuguese, but mostly it was the Brits. Mostly it was the Brits. They were good at what? Conquering. Let's fast forward to today. Look at whites versus other races on this planet. Look at Americans versus other countries. What is the United States of America good at? War. Nuclear weapons. Financial innovation. Being bosses, for example. They're not as good at science. They're not as good at math. They're not as good at innovation. They're not good at skills. They're not good at much of anything except bossing people around and blowing things up. So let's examine this. Let's go back in time again. So these people are good at one thing, telling others what to do. And they formed the basis of the Egyptian Empire, the Roman Empire, and all these other empires. Okay, yeah, there were a few others, and they weren't whites. They were semi-white. You know, the Ottoman Empire was Arabs. They were, it's kind of tricky territory there, you know, it's not really about race, like I said, it's not really about race. So what is it about? It's about the fact that they have one fucking thing going for them, which is to being able to tell people what to do. Conquering, bossing around, bullying. Now let's look again at the present time. United States of America, Britain. What are these countries good at? The Dutch, Netherlands, Germany, France, Israel, another example. What are they good at? They're good at bossing people around. They're good at telling people what to do. They're good at spying on fucking everybody and threatening everybody and bullying everybody. Well, what's our world all about? Well, it's one fucked up, bullied ass fucking world. Everything is fucking, everybody is told what to do. So we have a world that has been created by people who are better than everybody else at telling everybody what to do. Lobo. Lobo. No, man. And that's what this world is. So the only thing whites have going for them is that they are better at telling people what to do. Well, I've got news for you folks. You watching this. You're better at everything else than Americans, than whites, than psychopaths. You're better at everything else. So why are you letting these people tell you what to do? Well, I'll tell you why. Because you're all fucking lazy. And that's what they're really good at. They're really good at knowing that you're fucking lazy and willing to do what you're told. You're good at being submissive. You're good at obeying. Is this natural? Is it the natural order of humanity that white people boss around every fucking buddy else? No. Not at all. You're lazy because you've been trained that way. You've been trained, you've been brought into a world that has been created to make you a slave to your betters. See, I'm saying this, and there's a lot of white people that are watching this that are going, well, yeah, I identify with that, man. I'm tired of being fucking bossed around too, man. What the fuck? Why is he saying it's only white people that are bosses and everybody else gets bossed around? No, it's not just white people. I said it's not about race. It had something to do with race in the beginning, but it never really has been about race. It's about an internal feeling of superiority brought on by the existence of these people in a state of ego only. They are incapable of an intimate relationship with anyone. And by an intimate relationship, I mean with anyone. I mean that their ego can go, we don't need you anymore. I'm comfortable, I'm safe, I can be myself around these people. The people in charge of the United States and every other fucking country in the world nowadays are this way. They are called psychopaths. They lack moral reasoning. They lack empathy. They lack any capability of seeing beyond their own perspective. They think they are the shit, and everyone fucking else is scum. And most of these people in the past were whites, or Jews, or Spanish, or Portuguese. Nowadays, they're mostly white, especially in the United States. The United States was conquered by whites. Do you think the Portuguese are going to have top shit in fucking United States? No. So they think they're superior. Well, my founding fathers are white, I'm white, so I'm superior to everyone else. That's all it is. Psychopaths. Just a little different perspective on it, huh? Nothing to do with race. Why are cops killing black people? Well, they're not just killing black people, they're killing fucking everybody. It just seems like they're killing blacks more than anybody else. And proportionally speaking, they are. With exceptions. They're killing more mentally ill than blacks. And most of those mentally ill are white. So that's where your statistics come from, why most people killed by cops aren't black. Most people killed by cops are mentally ill. Black or white. Again, what is it about? Why is it that they feel they need to kill mentally ill and not so many black people? Superiority. Not about race. It's about I'm white, which is race, but it's about the rest of my white friends are superior to these black people. I, therefore, am superior also. It's not about race. It's about I'm with them. They're better. I'm one of them. It's nothing to do with race. Separate race from the issue and you have the heart of it. Look, we have a black president. He doesn't give a goddamn about fucking blacks, or the mentally ill, or the innocent, or children. He fucking drones them all. Get justice? Then go fucking take a hike. Look at Osama bin Laden. Yeah, he was brought to justice. Fucking murdered. But Obama's black, not white. So it's not about race. It's about white man, Spaniards, Portuguese, psychopaths, basically, deciding that they want to fucking control fucking everything. And you buy into it because you were brought up this way. Because they can't have the world we have unless you are taught that you must submit to leadership, to government, to someone telling you what the fuck to do and how to take care of your life. And you accept that you're too stupid to take care of yourself because you simply don't want to get up off your ass and do it yourself. So what's the cause of this racism problem? You. You're to blame. Because you don't get up and fucking say something about it. and because you fail to understand that it has nothing to do with race. You cannot solve a problem unless you understand the problem. You cannot solve the actual problem if you think something else is the problem. If you're trying to solve racism and it's not the problem, you're not going to solve the problem, are you? The problem is not racism. The problem is psychopathy. It's a mental illness, a disease. And the people in charge of your world have it in spades. Lobo. I have a dog that doesn't listen. He's black and white. Anyway. So, you know, your world's dying. You got black people and mentally ill people and brown people being shot and killed in the United States, and brown people and black people being killed all over the fucking world by the United States. And nobody's doing a goddamn thing about it. So what do you expect the future's going to bring? Salvation? You think someone's going to come in and fucking save you? No, the only person going to save you is you. But we go back to the you're too fucking lazy problem again. You're too fucking lazy to solve your own problems. You're too fucking lazy to even see what the fucking problem is. You know, you think it's okay to just pay someone else, some fucking organization, to solve the problem for you. Well, like I've said, the problem is that they've built this society wherein they can be superior. We've built a society of hierarchies, of control. Because those who are in charge are only good at being in charge. Nothing else. Look, okay, what is wealth? Wealth is the ability to create. Wealth is the ability to make things, to sell things, to create more wealth for yourself. Just the ability to create. Money is a goddamn good placeholder for that, isn't it? Because with money in this world today, yeah, you can buy a lot of things with money. You can buy labor to create for you. But take away money or its value, and what are you left with if you have nothing but money? You're left with nothing. But a poor person like me who's gone off and decided that, you know what, I'm going to fucking concern myself with the future. In the future, I don't believe money is going to have any value, and it really doesn't matter anyway, because what's real about wealth, what's real is the ability to create, and what you need to be able to create is not money, but skills. Money buys skills. Or you can obtain them yourself. What a novel concept, huh? So I've been going around making myself wealthy, in real terms. But you rely on money. You're stuck with the whole idea of money because someone has told you that that's what you have to do. And what do you think are going to be the consequences when your world finally falls apart, which it is already? What are going to be the consequences? You don't have any skills. You're used to being told what to do. Well, there ain't going to be anybody around to tell you how to live your life, how to be safe, how to eat, what to do day in and day out. You're not going to have that anymore. It's going to happen to you. You're going to fucking perish. You're going to fucking die. Do I care? Fuck. Well, not in the way you think. I don't give a fuck about you. I don't give a fuck about anybody watching this. Period. Unless you're someone I care about that I've told to watch this, in which case you know that I'm just talking to someone else. Lobo. Pardon me while I pull the sticker out of my foot. Yeah, little goat's head. Yummy. So why am I saying this? I'm saying this to clear the air of a few mistakes that have been made in this fucking society, this fucking modern society. Number one, it's not about racism. Number two, society is the problem. So you sending all your money to that NGO that's going to solve racism is just giving money to an NGO that isn't going to solve racism because it's not the fucking problem. So all that hard-earned money you have that you could be spending on buying skills, you're fucking wasting, sending to an NGO or other nonprofit to solve a problem that isn't actually the problem. You want to solve the problem? Wake the fuck up and stop letting someone tell you how to do it, how you live your life, and how you are, who you are. Yeah, it's safe to upload this. I'm worried that lots of people are going to be inspired by this and that things will go bad for how I expect things to turn out. Because if we fix this problem with humanity while everyone's still alive, there's going to be a lot of people perish. Because there's too many goddamn people. And I don't see everyone on the planet waking up and saying, hey, you know, we're all fucked up. We gotta listen to this guy. He knows what he's talking about. Just do it right and be humans instead of fucking zombies. No, I'm confident it'll never happen. But if it did, people started to wake up, there's no way in hell everybody would decide, you know what, we need to stop all births because there's just too many goddamn people. Part of the problem is there's too many goddamn people. This planet can only support 2 billion humans at the most. Used to be able to support 2 billion humans. I think right now it's probably down to about 2 million. So there's 7.1 billion people too many on this planet. What's going to happen to them? Well, there's only one thing that can happen to them. Fucking die. Horrible suffering deaths, unless they volunteer for suicide. Which I've already predicted is going to be popular one day, soon. So, racism is not the problem. Society is the problem. Don't try and fix society. Don't try and fix racism. Fix yourself. Otherwise, get the fuck out, survive, and watch everyone else die, because it's going to happen and needs to happen. Welcome to reality. Lobo. I need to go. My dog is not listening to me.